guys, it's Amaya and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a what I wish I knew before I started uni. You might not know that I just finished 1 year at one of the drama schools in London. I finished my year at Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts. I finished a few months ago in April. I actually already filmed a video which was specifically for like drama school. This video is more just going to be like a general video about uni as a whole. There are so many things I wish I would have known this time last year, but of course take this with a pinch of salt. Not everything you are gonna like relate to completely. This video isn't for me like telling you what you can and can't do, and every single person's college uni experience is completely different. What works for me might not work for you, so I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get started into the advice. For first year of uni, I think it's the most exciting. It's obviously quite overwhelming. This is the first time you're not really having a strict schedule. No one is telling you what to do, but with all that being said, this is the time to find yourself, pick up some new skills or habits. I will say though, you have to be ready to adapt to change. Your routine probably isn't going to look exactly the same to what it did before you started uni, and that was definitely like a big thing for me. Life didn't look exactly how I imagined it, especially if you're moving from your hometown area to a completely brand new area, which was the case for me. But once you find a groove, once you find a routine that works for you, it does get easier, and you definitely do kind of pick up like a routine that you kind of stick to after a while. With that being said though, stay on top of your responsibilities. It's so easy to just kind of lose track of time, lose track of what you're actually there for. You don't even have to go to class, like no one is making you go to that certain lesson. But obviously, don't do that. Stay on top of your stuff. Go to all of your classes. Having freedom is great, but you also do need to be able to use that somewhat wisely. Maybe make a weekly schedule of when you plan to do your laundry, meal prepping, or when you're gonna like go out and do your food shop. Definitely as you start to like get into like the uni cycle, that can be really good. It would also help a lot with budgeting. Another thing that can really help you in routine is going to the gym. So that's a run, sports society, yoga, the gym. After I've come back from the gym now, I feel great. I'm gonna have an amazing day. Why? Because I've gone to the gym. Nobody is gonna make you write certain notes for something. You kind of need to know. So studying or practicing or doing something can be quite challenging. You can definitely balance everything that you need to. It is so manageable. It might be tricky. It probably will be tricky, especially in the first few months. Obviously, I can't be like, this is how you're gonna study. I would definitely recommend asking the years above you on the course how to get better. For me, because I was doing a foundation, I asked a bunch of the first years who a lot of them did foundies. I asked them like what they did and how they got better and how they got onto BAs. If you have assignments as well, I would definitely recommend write everything down all the time. This will make it so much easier rather than like going around your room being like, where did I write this? But find a system that works for you and stick with it. I would so recommend as well using all of the facilities that your uni has to offer. We had a library which had so many different plays, loads of different musicals, and you could get the sheet music for it. Now that I've finished, I'm like, I wish I had this song, like I wish I had the sheet music for it. One of my biggest tips, which I wish I did, like looking back, I wish I did this, join clubs and groups just to put yourself out there and make new friends. I feel like people in first year are always so scared to make new friends. I know a lot of schools have different groups, different societies that you can join. It's great. There are so many different groups that you can join in on, and they do some really fun activities just to spread around as much as possible. You don't have to just make friends with the people on your course, and I actually would really recommend making friends with people on other courses as well. One of the personal favorites I would say for the whole of Mount View was the open mic officers. Basically every single month they will give us like a category, and then we could come in and have a song in mind that we wanted to sing for that open mic, and all of like Mount View people could like watch you singing at the pub. But you are not going to make friends unless you put the effort in. You could just go once if you're like bored one day and then like not go the next week if you're super busy. Or parties, a lot of the time people would throw like little flat parties. Sometime in the first week, I'm pretty sure, somebody's flat, and then a bunch of us just went out afterwards. I'm not even... Actually, that's a lie. I was gonna say I'm not even an anxious person. I so am an anxious person. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to go out, but I want to make these friends. I just want to stay in bed. But also I'm gonna look back on people's Instagram stories and be like, I wish I went. You're gonna have to do some small talk. I'm sorry. Don't like put on your mindset like, oh, I have to make friends. Just talk to people, because most of the time you're gonna talk to people and then that's how you're gonna start forming friendships. So there are so many opportunities to make friends. Honestly, I do wish I just went to like a few of these events. What did I do? I didn't make use of any of these clubs. For anybody that's starting uni in September, definitely and try and join some of these. Don't expect to make friends instantly. You might not make friends the first day or the first week or even in the first month. In my flat, 6 of us all together, so it was quite easy to make connections with the people even in my flat. This brings me to another point, which is freshers. This is the time when everyone goes out and everyone around you will be talking about it. If you don't go, you're going to feel like, oh my god, I wish I just went. Even if you didn't really want to go, you're still gonna think that. There will be a lot of people there, so there are so many people you can speak to. In freshers, I spoke to people in 3rd year of so many different courses. It is so worth it just forcing yourself to go out, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. I always say, as long as you have like a group or at least like one other person. There weren't many people in my course actually living in the accommodation. We, a lot of the time, did freshers together. We'd go there together, we'd come back together. Don't panic if that group isn't your best friend. Next one is try to enjoy living in accommodation. Most of the time, if you're living in halls, they're not going to be this amazing accommodation. Honestly, I was gonna say I loved it. Did I love it? Probably not. I definitely had some fun times there. I was quite lucky with the people that I got put in a flat with. Some people can be huge partiers. Some people can be really messy. And I didn't know, but some places you actually have to share bathrooms. Some people share their like bedroom. So I was still very lucky that I had my own bedroom, I had my own bathroom. But no matter what your accommodation situation is, you're gonna learn so much, and that alone I think is gonna teach you so much. I feel like there can definitely be cons living in accommodation for the first time. There is a lot of pros as well. So just make the most out of it, and it truly is an experience like no other. The next one, which is such an important one, go to your lessons. It's really easy to skip. No one is holding your hand, no one is forcing you, so a lot of the time people just don't show up. Once you start missing classes, you'll just keep on doing it, and it can be quite hard to stop, so just go. That's kind of why I always went. And also, drama school is so expensive. I mean, so is uni. If I'm paying this much money for uni and to get good training, best believe I'm gonna use every single minute of it and always go in unless I'm on my deathbed. There were some days where like I feel like I literally couldn't sing, twisted my ankle so I couldn't dance, but like still go because there are so many other lessons that you're gonna learn from. Call your family and friends often. Even though sometimes it can be really hard saying goodbye to people, you can kind of see if your friendship in the least harsh way possible is actually real. Because I feel like with my friends, this was the first time that we'd never all been near each other again. My friends from up north would actually come and visit me in London, which was really nice. Called my parents most days of the week. I saw a lot of people in videos like this of people being like, you don't have time to miss home, you don't even think about home. And I definitely did most of the time at the beginning. So if you do, that's also completely fine. Every time there was like a half term or something and I'd go back and I'd see everyone. It just made me more appreciative of everyone around me. Honestly, I feel like I should have done this more. Saying yes to everything. Once I was at uni, kind of did fail. A lot of the time I didn't say yes to many things. There are always things happening, especially going to a university in London. You can be doing something different every single day. And I have to say, some of the most fun nights out or just like nights in general I had whilst being at university were the ones that were quite spontaneous, that weren't planned. If you're saying no to something because you're tired or you're not really feeling it, just do it, just go. Every time I go into bed like after a night out, I'm so glad I went though and I didn't just stay in bed. But I have regretted saying no to a night out. Make the most of like living in this new environment that you were in. Next thing, which definitely I didn't realize, is that people are still immature. I feel like it's almost the opposite. People become a little bit less mature. You're gonna meet some interesting people. Interesting experiences are gonna happen. You or the people around you may not make the smartest decisions, but at the end of the day, you kind of learn, you kind of grow from them. Here is your reminder, just to be the big person. Sometimes people will say or do things just to get a reaction out of you still at university. Another big one, which I don't see many people talk about, is money and budgeting. That is such a big issue, especially doing a course in London. And even if you don't live in London, having enough money to go out, food, clothes is hard, and managing your money can be difficult as somebody navigating it for the first time. Is have like 5, maybe 6 meals that you can make that are quite easy. One thing that really adds up quick is ordering food out, shopping at cheaper supermarkets if you can. Don't miss out on uni student discounts. I didn't use them a lot of the time and thought, well, why didn't I use them? Like, I don't know why. I really recommend preying at the accommodation if you're staying in accommodation if you can, rather than buying drinks out. Money can add up quickly. Also, preying is just fun. Buying coffees out, don't do it. Just don't do it. You're probably very tired. I get it. I had matcha powder, I had coffee granules, and I'd make them and then bring them to uni and have it on the walk there. At the end of the month, if you can, go through your bank, go through like how much money you spent, what you spent your money on. Is there certain things that you don't really need to spend your money on? It is a lot of time, effort. It is a big help though. I've also made a different section, which is just essentials that I'm so glad I brought and that I would highly recommend bringing at the beginning as soon as you start. Probably one of the most important, if not, I would actually say the most important thing. I would definitely recommend bringing an air fryer. I use it for everything. If you just can't be bothered to make a meal, air frying is so good. Another thing for like the kitchen is a water filter. One of my flatmates, she got a water filter for Christmas. The uni water just tastes different. Your flat will thank you a lot. A good mattress topper. It makes the biggest difference for your sleep as soon as you get one. Slippers or Crocs or just something you can like chuck on. For me, it was really useful if it was my week to like take the bins out. I could just slip them on, take the bins out, or if I just quickly wanted to nip to the shops. Speaker, it was so helpful for nights out. They're great for if you're doing prees. Having like a little emergency kit, emergency bag, paracetamol, plasters, ibuprofen. You never know when you're going to need that stuff and it's so useful. Another thing is a travel mug that you could like bring to uni, a tote bag or like a backpack for when you're doing your weekly food shops. I actually wish I used my backpack more because it's so much easier to carry all of your food on your back, especially if you're somebody like me and does like big food shops. Pictures for your wall. I printed out a bunch of pictures. It just makes your room feel so much more homely and cute. Next, I would recommend having like a snack box. Sometimes I'd come back at 5 o'clock and I'd be absolutely starving and I wouldn't even have the energy to like cook a meal. I sometimes would just grab a snack of some sort and eat that whilst I'm making dinner, and I'd still eat the same amount of food. I'd have a lot of like protein bars and I would really like packing them as like a midday snack throughout the day. I had like a, what's it called? Like it's not like an air humidifier, I don't think. I put essential oil in like something and then like it would like steam the essential oil out into the room. What is that called? Sometimes I'd put that on whilst like people were coming into my room and they'd literally be like, Amaya, I feel like I'm entering a spa right now. A vacuum just to clean everything. It can get dusty quickly. If you can in your room, definitely try and find some way of getting more storage. Accommodation wasn't too bad on storage. I just have a lot of clothes and I brought a lot of clothes with me, which is another thing. You do not need to bring as many clothes as you think, but I brought like a few extra like boxes just to put cleaning supplies, extension cords. They don't have many sockets. I think I actually got one which was 8 and it was really useful. A vanity. I got one where you could like change the light. It's just nice having a place to get ready to see how you look in the morning. This will be the fastest year of your life. Every single like first year is going to have a completely different experience, but it is truly what you make of it. Just keep that in mind when you're going into this year. Personally, I know a lot of people say that it was the best year of their life. I definitely have had better years, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can honestly say I've never learnt more from like a year in my life at all. Your first year of uni, you're never gonna have a year like that. Like, ever. You want to look back on your year and be like, wow, I did so much. If you have any other questions, please do let me know though. Your year will be amazing if you're starting uni in September. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. My god, I'm in so much pain now from filming. Why?